All right, we have everything fairly well dimensioned and square and flat. So now we want to start with dovetail preparation, cutting the dovetails to put this box together. This is per Paul Seller's technique, modified to what I like. I want to actually at some point get one of the wheel marking gauges so that I can try the other method that I see people doing a lot, which is you take the wheel marking gauge, drop it down, and find the thickness of the board and then run the mark. Because I want to try that and see if that is something that I might prefer. For right now, this is what we're doing. This is what I have. I saw Joshua Farnsworth on, I think it's Wooden Shop, his channel, and he said that what he does is half the thickness of the board for the pin size. A lot of people come in 1/4 inch or an arbitrary number like that. It doesn't really matter, honestly, but I like the idea, so I'm going to just choose about half the thickness of the board. And I'm going to come in both sides. And in order to make sure that that is straight, what I'm going to do is erase that. I don't like that. That's an ambiguous kind of line. Let's go like that. Come straight across. I wonder, and that is fairly straight. And I don't like that method with the combination square. So what I'm going to do is do it like I always do. I'm going to take these dividers I'm going to set these to that distance. I need to get another set of dividers, these looking things. The tip broke off of them, and I can't, for some reason, get the thing sharp enough. One of them, the one that broke, to actually make a mark. I just am constantly out of funds. One, yeah, I want to do like 5. Get in there. Okay, so I want to do like 5 dovetails. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in actuality, I want that to come in just a hair. So let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so let's put some pencil lead in them so I can see them. The other guys would say, well, so you can see them. No, so I can see them. So I'm blind as a bat. I'm old. Yeah. Okay, so sorry that I didn't. Some of those were not visible. I'm still working on trying to get better shots when it comes to visuals for the channel, I guess is what you would call it. Now when it comes to dovetails, a lot of people will tell you, depending on the type of wood, you might have a 1 in 7 pitch to your dovetail, or a 1 in 8, or a 1 in 6, depending on whether it's hardwood or softwood or any such thing like that. Honestly, and I don't like that, so I'm going to correct it. Honestly, If you look at old furniture, those guys used whatever they felt like. And I think a lot of it went to looks. I don't fool with it, although I do have like a 1-in-6 pitch dovetail marker in my list on the Amazon site, but I got a gazillion things in that list and I'll never be getting any of them because it costs too much. But anyways, I'm just going to pick something that I think looks good, and that's what I'm going to roll with. And it's just arbitrary. It's what I think looks good. So that's what I'm going to do. Takes me a minute with this thing sometimes. And that's the way I've always done it. Just a sliding bevel. And my eye. And to keep things consistent, I'll keep this T-bevel. And I won't change my calipers or my dividers rather, and my dovetail marker. They will stay the same. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut straight across this line, but I want to cut in the waist portion, and the wood is going to vibrate because it's not down tight. In the vise. It's not down tight in the vise because the vise won't allow me to do that. But I'm just coming straight across and establishing that line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to eye that line with my I'm going to cut on the waist side. You see a lot of woodworkers that use machines, and they will cut on the waist side, and you're still going to do that with handwork because you want accuracy. You want to be able to kind of correct that. Kind of correct things, so you want a little room to breathe. That's kind of the reason I think you should do it, but I'm sure there's another reason. And if you're off the mark a little bit on this, it doesn't matter. As long as you get the pins to match this, you're good. Straight across. Stay in the cut up top, but just tilt it down. Once I've got that angle established, I'm just going to go on down. I'm going to leave just a small piece of that line, that pencil line. Another thing you should understand is don't squeeze the living snot out of the saw. If you just hold the saw loosely and let it do its work, you get a lot better results in my experience. And I've got my thumb laid against the saw like this to hold it where I want it. Beautiful. I love this freaking saw. Okay, those are cut. So let's talk about removing that waste. People use a couple of different methods, and I'm apt to use either one. You've seen me take and cut to this line with a chisel and chisel them out that way. But I also tend to do this sometimes. It can save a bit of time. You can also mess stuff up. And I tend to I want to turn that just a hair. I have this saw cutting on the push stroke. I just don't like pull saws. Just be careful to do the best you can not to cut. Get out of there. Into here. For the shoulder line, I don't know of anything simpler or easier than just, and yes, cutting with my right hand and I'm a lefty. I'm going to cut this shoulder really, really carefully because that shoulder's going to be seen. And all I'm doing here is kind of cleaning up the fuzzy. And I'm not hitting this tip. I'm just I want this corner clean and tight. So now what we're going to do, my marking gauge over there. And lightly tap that. Until we clear out the waste. And I'm only going to go about halfway through this wood. Just about half. And then I'll flip over. Take care of the rest. I've seen Rob Cosman do like a little step on the back. In my opinion, this is similar. But I'm just going to try it. I've never done it before. Never used it before. But it looks like a cool idea. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to start here. Then I'll come back. What this will do, or what it's supposed to do, we'll find out whether I like it. If I do, I'll use it. I'll add it to my routine. But what it'll do is what it's supposed to do anyway is to create a little step to register this tailboard against the pin board. I like the idea, but I saw, like I said, I saw Rob cut like a little, would it be a dado or a rabbit? Something along the back side here. That's part of a method he teaches. I don't know how old the video is or whether he's got another way now. You know, we change what we do when we find what we think is better, or we experiment, that kind of thing. So, you know, don't take it as gospel that that's what he does now. But I saw him in a video on Dovetails do that, and it makes sense because it kind of locks or helps to lock your tailboard, your tails and your pins, your tailboard to your pin board. Your leg bone is connected to your whatever. You know what I mean. All right. Just clean everything. I'm just going to use the corner of this chisel to clean everything out of there that I think needs to be cleaned out. Okay, moment of truth. Outside face, outside face. Want to remember that. Doors. Oh yeah, I screaming like that an awful lot. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, that's not going to work. I thought my pins might be big enough that I could, my tails might be big enough rather, that I could use a pencil, but I'm going to use a knife. But I like that. That kind of, if you're careful with it and don't jostle it about, I mean, it doesn't lock it in where it won't move. But if you hold pressure on it, it's a whole lot steadier than without it. And I like that a lot. And we'll be doing that from now on. I highly recommend what I just did on those, on the back of this tail, these tails. Highly recommend it. If I can find one of, because there was a couple, but if I could find even one video of whoever it was that showed that technique, I will put it down in the bottom of the description. Yeah, I'm getting the knife is wanting to follow the grain, so we're going to use pencil to mark these out. If you got good eyes, but I use magnification, and I would recommend it even if your eyes are, even if you have 20/20 vision. Magnification helps with accuracy big time in my opinion. And once again, we're going to saw on the waist side of that line. Using my thumb to keep the saw from sliding this way onto my line. And these cuts are the most important. Tails, you can be a little sloppy on because you're going to transfer whatever angles or shapes those tails take to this board. But if you want a good fitting dovetail joint, this is the most important cut that you will make. That and the shoulder line. with a chisel and take care of the rest. Just because I'm Ooh, you don't want to come through there. I'm trying not to do that. I don't want to blow out because I'm working from the back, and I don't want to blow the front out. Okay, that's a mistake. I want to nibble a little bit of this away first. Hopefully that didn't hurt anything. But what can happen if you just go powering into that line without taking some of this off? Is that the bevel that's on this chisel will push it back this way and push this line past where you want it. I don't know. So you're basically going to sneak up on it, and it moved just a hair, but I think it's going to be okay. This is an internal corner, but that doesn't. I tend to not care whether it's an internal corner or not. I really just don't want. I want to do the best work that I can. I mean, that's the deal with this. I mean, I don't know. I'm not doing this. My YouTube channel is not monetized. I'm not trying to make a business out of woodworking or anything of the sort. I'm just trying to do this because I dreamed about this at a young age, and always thought there was some kind of magic and just normal, ordinary people couldn't do this. Till I saw a guy named Paul Sellers that showed me it was possible for an average man to do this stuff, that this was technique. And I will be forever grateful to him that he showed me the way. And I don't make any bones about it. I hope to inspire some of you to pick up woodworking. Will it go? Those are going to be pretty tight. All right, let's see. Where am I hanging up? I don't want to break the pins, but I want the thing to be want the thing to be tight. That might go down. I hope that I don't break the pin. And you'll see I have changed to that hammer. The mallet that I was using, I believe, was pretty much denting my work, and I thought that it would be a smart idea to try one of these. Look at that. That right there, ladies and Gentiles, monkeys and reptiles. I come before you to stand behind you and to tell you, ladies and Gentiles, monkeys and reptiles, I come before you to stand behind you and to tell you of something that I know nothing about. Last night, about 10 o'clock this morning, a transfer truck ran over a dead dog and almost killed it. Oh yeah, I like that. Lovely. Yeah, those are great. Fantastic. I split some wood out here. Where's that chisel? So I don't. Let's do that. A little bit of wood out there. I tend to do that sometimes. I'll put some glue in that when we go to put it together, but yeah. I'll take that. So that's the dovetails for this box, for this corner. I'll do the other 3 corners, and then we'll move on to whatever the next step is. I'll have to kind of figure that out. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you later.